Hello and welcome back everybody to my Let's Play of For Honor. Um, yeah, I know it's been a while since I've actually recorded, mainly because I've recently picked up Persona 5. I've been kind of addicted playing to it a little bit, and I've been neglecting my recording, even though it's like I could probably like knock out a recording with like in an hour or two. But you know, whatever. So let's just dive back into this, shall we? So one thing I did switch up was the passives you get from your solo plays. I switched up like damage reduction passive to like a parry passive where you get more damage for your parries. Other than that, I don't know. What's been going on with you guys? I've been playing Persona, like I said. Got really too far into it. I just finished the second thing.
I had questions. Master, why this fortress? It looks like it's just a storehouse.
It is. And that's why we're here. These barbarians. They seem like they're good people. They embrace each other like they were all kin. But that is all a lie. When night falls, they stab each other with their knives. If there are wolves among them, should we not set them free?
Now I had new questions. Ones that were much harder to answer.
Catapults! Keep the ram moving!
Being a skeptic was a death sentence. But doubt is a part of integrity.
I'll have a harder time hitting a moving target. Keep that ram moving!
Yeah. Alright, so like I said in the last episode, this episode I'm going to be talking about a few things about Apollyon. So basically, her logic and mentality here comes to like, in this episode, it will come to like, it will come to fruition. Or fruition is the right word? I don't know. It'll start making a little more sense. But basically, her idea is not even flawed, because her concept is basically that she wants to promote war. That's whereas, you know, the warden is like, hey, I want to fight for peace because that is my vow. But in this episode, it'll become apparent, like super obvious that, you know, oh, she's not actually fighting for peace. She's just doing it just to do it. Like, you know, it said in the intro there, they're attacking a storehouse. It's not even like a strategical. No, I guess you could say it's a strategic place to strike, but it's not like, you know, you're attacking like a barrack or like a stronghold full of warriors. No, you're just like fighting a place where like, oh, they just store their like food. It's a little iffy, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, this level is gonna be like the first bit of it's gonna be a little slow
We were
because
deep in enemy territory. There was no way home but forward.
it's gonna be a little slow because like the entire time you're just gonna have to basically protect the catapult, not catapult, the ram. And basically, if you can't leave the ram for too long, otherwise the Vikings will come in and they'll start attacking. Also, I figured out how to do that at some point.
reached the crew.
Yeah. Yes, I know how to do executions. I've already done them like 20 times in this Let's Play. Yeah, this is going to be a bit slow because basically all you're going to be doing for this point, at this particular point in the level, is just protect the RAM. If any, which just gets particularly annoying when you get close to the target because it's like the spawn point is like right over there, and if you and if any Viking forces get into the range, then they'll stop and fight the Vikings. Like even just like regular like soldiers that take only like one hit to kill. Like nope, they were like nope, we're just gonna stop what we're doing. But yeah, back to the thing I was talking about. So basically, what Apollyon is wanting to do here is basically she's wanting to destroy the Viking storehouse and basically like artificially create a famine for the Vikings. So it's like, hey, if they don't have food, they'll starve. They'll eventually starve out and stuff will then force them into war. Yeah. Sorry if I'm not really commentating, like in the middle, because it is slightly difficult to actually be able talk and fight at the same time. I know it's weird. Oh crap! I'm dumb. I wasn't paying attention.
We were deep in enemy territory. There was no way home but forward.
I guess go ahead and cut until like... just go ahead and cut until like we're at the wall, because nothing's gonna happen. Unless something else like interesting happens before then. Alright, I guess this would be a good place to come back. So yeah, during the cutaway, I actually died like twice. I don't know why I'm so bad, considering I did another recording last night to record for the observables, and I did it flawlessly. Then I'm like, and that was me just abandoning the RAM to get observables. So I don't know why me actually actively trying to defend it doing worse than me trying to just like abandoning, just giving up on it and just to do other objectives.
We needed to protect and operate the ram until
we
got through.
Man, look at this badass. Yeah. So this is going to be like the boss for the level.
This sports legendary Jarl.
He's actually a pretty tough guy to fight. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's almost like fighting on top of a catapult. That's a smart idea. Alright, so here's the question. Why didn't Gunnar just kill me right then and there? Why didn't he just, like, you know...
On your feet.
Why did he apparently just, like, step over my body and just kind of leave me be as he just went back into his village? I mean, I guess the real answer is like, hey, if you did that, like, you know, game over.
We were in. That spelled doom for the Vikings. Wasn't that why we came in the first place?
So yeah, as you can tell,
It was hardly my first time sacking a fortress. Why did it bother me?
as you can tell, the Warden is now having like second thoughts about, you know, its allegiances. He's like, why are we doing this? Why are we why is everything we're doing seem kind of wrong? And the answer is because it kind of is.
What are we doing here?
Valkyries, man. Yeah, just from just standing around over there and not actually helping me kill the Valkyrie. But yeah, this will be the second boss fight you fight with Gudmundur. Look at that badass over there, just dealing his own.
Prepare to die.
Alright, so the second phase of the boss fight, a little difficult
You're strong, Gudmundur.
because of the wolves. I did find out you can actually kill the wolves, but it's not really, I don't think, in my opinion, it's not really worth attempting to. You're better off just kind of... He's good at dodging that. Ah! Why am I doing so bad now?
Give up. Your people do not need to suffer.
Yeah, these rules make this fight like way more difficult than it should be, but at the same time, it wouldn't be as difficult if he would stop blocking all the time. There we go. Yeah. So that was the second half.
To win this war.
Second half of the fight.
I know now what haunted me that day.
Man, you're a fast one. Stop being so fast!
Oh, well done! That's a warrior's work! There's nowhere to retreat!
Again, like, look at all these soldiers behind me. And, like, none of them is gonna help me with this.
I was on the wrong side.
Round 2. Or, round 3, rather. Yeah, dodge that if you can. Yes, he too can revenge. This is actually going way better than my attempt last time, actually.
You fought well.
To hell with you!
I really appreciate the spelling of hell in that. I appreciate it a lot.
Mercy. Why are we here? I think you know.
Famine. This place houses their seed grain. There will be no new harvest. By winter, they will be killing each other over what little food is left.
I took an oath to fight for peace. So did you. All of you.
Hey. This food, why are we not burning it all?
What do you imagine the clans would do if we burned it all?
They'd starve. Die.
They would unite. But leave them scraps. Just enough for 2, maybe 3 clans. They will fight each other over what remains. The wolves among them will rise. We're not here to kill them. We are here to teach them who they are. To set them free. Time to go home.
Okay. So let's talk about Apollyon's thing right now. So, she's not entirely... Her method... She is cruel, and she obviously has thought she's obviously planned all this out from the beginning. However, her idea, it's wrong. The fact that she did it in the first place is completely wrong. However, her ideology, I suppose, would be the term, isn't entirely wrong, because she's basically just trying to... Her entire logic is basically working off the logic of war being the natural state of humans. Which is true, by the way. It is a school of thought which basically suggests that war is just how people solve things. If any nation or any group of people left up to their own devices, like if a country, for example, were to expand its interests, eventually the end goal would be war is an inevitable concept, because eventually, like, a country's gonna hey, I want your resources. They don't want to give it to me because they need it. It's oh, so we're just gonna take it. Oh, we're just gonna take it by force then. And then the other country's no, we're gonna stand for it. We're gonna fight back, and whatever, and so and so. That's basically, that's a very, very super simplified version of it. But yeah, that's basically how it works. However, war is also, the reason why we're not, if that's true, some people are asking, well, why aren't we on a constant war in the modern day? Well, one, we kind of are. It's but it's more like skirmishes here and there. It's we're not at full-blown war. Or at least, at least most of the world isn't. Or at least certain parts of the world aren't. What we are... But the reason why, the entire world isn't just at war with each other 24/7, every country, is because war, being the natural state of things, means that it's we have to build... in order for there to be peace, someone has to be actively maintaining the peace. Otherwise, it's like building a dam to hold back water. It's a river will just flow naturally down river. However, if you build a dam, the water will just, hold the water back to a degree. So and that's what peace is. Peace is basically a dam. Someone is the dam holding back war. Someone has to be actively preventing war. Here, in this particular game, up to this point, war seems to be, kind of whatever, because, it would seem like the Vikings triggered the war initially by raiding, but they're not but on the whole they're not full blown, we're gonna wage war with everybody because we can. It's even in the previous observables, or they say oh, they raided annually, meaning they only came in to take what they need and left. They didn't wage war just to wage war. They actually had a goal, they achieved the goal, and then they leave. They're at peace. What Apollion's basically wanting to do is artificially create the conditions which nations which would provoke a nation into full-blown war with another. That's what she's doing. And throughout the rest of the game, you see what she's doing, and it's saying and again, it's cruel, it's sadistic, and what's the end goal of it besides just causing more war? And it doesn't appear to be the end goal. The end goal is just war. Nothing else beyond that. She just wants to create conflict for the sake of conflict. And there's a certain charm behind that character, which I do appreciate. Because again, it's situation-wise, it's hey, if it wasn't for these specific conditions that she set up, relatively speaking, these factions would be actually peaceful towards each other, with the exception of the occasional raid from the Vikings. But that's just what Vikings do. They raid. I mean, that. Hence, that was the original motivator for the Warden, for why he decided, oh, I'm going to go along with this campaign, because Vikings are actually raiding us. They're taking our lands. They're killing our people. We need to push back for the sake of peace. If our people for the peace of our people. However, again, like, once you get to, like, this episode, you see his concerns. Like, nope, he's like, no, like, Apollyon, he sees that Apollyon took it too far. It's like, it's no longer about, defending their people. It's just about, he sees, like, oh, she's just fighting just to like, advocate more fighting. Is advocate the right word? I don't know. Hopefully what I'm trying to say comes through. But yeah, I think it's kind of funny that I'm actually talking more about I'm actually doing more commentating, like, post game. But yeah, I think I'll just end it off there. That was the last that's the last little segment for the Knights. So next time we'll start with the Vikings. Well, I guess see you.
The ancient name for these structures is Trilithon. I asked a Viking once what she thought they were for. She didn't know. She said they'd just always been there. The Vikings have always warred with themselves much more than with us. It is in their nature to feast on each other. That nature has been stolen from them. Sperngard. The Vikings are so very careful to equitably distribute their food supplies. It all passes through Sperngard. And in winter, most of it is stored there. We knew at Sperngard that within a day, Viking ships would fill the harbor and their army would destroy us. But I intended to be long gone before that could happen. We dragged our ram's machinery across Valkenheim. We had to hack down half a forest in a fortnight to build it. But without it, we would have come all that way just to be slain at the front door. We could have broken open that gate with a far smaller ram. But that would have taken time. Time that the Vikings would have used to reinforce. The fortress of Sverngard was home to many of the wealthiest Viking clans. The merchant trades always produced such people. Now they would have to fight for their food. I am Apollyon. I have come to instruct. For too long, the fearful prey among the Vikings have whispered their lies of peace. Now, that era ends. The legendary Jarl Gudmundr. In another time, he would have been a king, beloved by his people, the fiercest of warriors. Whoever faced him would either become another notch in that belt of his, or become legend. We would leave survivors to tell the tale of what had been lost at Sverngard. And when they heard, they would come, looking for what was left.
This is my duty.